As you know, our president, co-founder, and CEO, Joe Muselli, is a registered nurse. Under Joe's direction, we have designed the FlashCure UV lash extension system to be safe and effective. It's going to revolutionize the way you do lashes. Let's get started. Are you ready to learn about this incredible adhesive? By using our FlashCure UV system, you can reduce your application time by up to 50% and increase your client's retention by up to 3x. We've also found that this adhesive helps to minimize sticking compared to other adhesives, which will save you time in your applications and give your applications a much cleaner look. Speaking of cleaner looks, this adhesive is clear. If you're like me, as a lash artist, you want to create a clean, seamless application that is as aesthetically pleasing to yourself as it is to your client, with no clumps or lumps whatsoever. It may be challenging to use clear adhesive in the beginning, but you'll get used to it quickly. It's amazing how quickly you'll adapt to it. The FlashCure adhesive will also result in stronger bonds between natural lashes and extensions, since when used according to our instructions, the adhesive will cure on demand and create an instant attachment to the natural lash. The instant attachment we can achieve is nothing short of amazing, and the fact that this adhesive is fully cured by the time clients leave their appointments is the cherry on top. This means your clients can go right to hot yoga, the spa, the beach, really anything they usually do in their everyday lives. Compare this to other adhesives, and your clients may have to wait 3 to 24 hours before their lashes are fully cured. With these combined features and benefits, you can increase your revenues, open your schedule to see new clients, or just enjoy some more free me time. And end your days early so you can spend some time with your family, go on an extended vacation, or catch up on some hobbies. All of these benefits contribute to the incredible retention that will allow you to create designer lashes that last. This adhesive is also low odor and low fumes, since the process by which it cures minimizes these even further, meaning you and your clients should experience minimal adverse reactions, if any. Before light curing adhesives, to reduce adhesive-related adverse reactions, Lash Stylists relied on environmental humidity to reduce adhesive fumes that linger in the air during lash applications. Since this adhesive cures due to a photoinitiator ingredient that is activated by our FlashCure UV light, the adhesive quickly cures and turns from a liquid to a solid. As a result, the production of adhesive fumes during the application is virtually eliminated. That said, as with traditional cyanoacrylate adhesives, the FlashCure adhesive still needs moisture in the air to cure optimally. Therefore, keep your environmental humidity between 45 to 60% during your lash extension applications. I was honored to be a part of the research and development team led by registered nurse Joe Muselli while creating the FlashCure system. My clients are loving it too. They have not reported any adverse reactions, no irritation, and the adhesive is so low odor that they can't even smell it. Now that we've learned about the features and benefits of the adhesive, let's review some facts about working with it. As with other lash adhesives, the FlashCure UV lash extension's attachment speed is related to the type of lash extension and the size of a fan if applying volume. Individual lashes will attach more quickly than fans, and larger fans will take longer to cure than smaller fans. Remember that our Foam Ink Infinity and Foam Ink X-Wrap flat lash extension types have a channel down the center that naturally picks up more adhesive than individual Foam Ink Bold or Foam Ink Bold Omni-Volume lash extensions. As a result, you may need to flash the UV light several times for proper attachment. Following these guidelines will get you to the sweet spot where you'll achieve faster applications, stronger attachments, and up to triple the retention with designer lashes that last, within a safe and comfortable environment. I want to remind you that this adhesive and the entire FlashCure UV lash extension application system can be used with all of your existing Xtreme Lashes classic and omni-volume application techniques. With our non-UV adhesives, as soon as you make the attachment, you've created a bond. If you move that adhesive after making the attachment, you'll be breaking the bond and then it will not be as secure. With our FlashCure UV adhesive, you get to choose when that bond is created. Stylists of all skill levels will really appreciate what I'm about to show next. With the steps from our previous videos already completed, I'll isolate the lash I want to apply to. Then I'll pick up my lash extension. I'm going to pick up a single Foam Ink Bold Omni-Volume lash extension to start. With the adhesive already in my ring, I'm going to coat base first and place the extension on the natural lash I isolated. This is where things are different now. I can choose exactly where and how I want it to be positioned. When I find a good position I like, I'll activate the foot pedal on the FlashCure UV light and flash. The attachment is completed. That's it. I'm going to pick up another lash, coat, place, flash, and release. Isn't that so cool? Let's do it again, this time with a Foam Ink Precision Pre-Made fan. I love these fans. They come in multiple dimensions, diameters, curvatures, and lengths. And place, flash, flash, and release. That's it. You may need to flash several times with larger fans or with our Foam Ink X-Wrap and Infinity Lash extensions. So in this case, you would place, flash, flash, release. That said, please remember that you don't have to continue flashing to get the fan you just attached to fully cure. You just need to flash enough to get it to attach so that when you release the fan, your fan stays in place and does not stick to its neighboring lashes. Ultimately, what's important is that when you finish your lash application, all the extensions have been fully cured because every time you flash, you are reinforcing the attachments across the entire lash line. Now, I already calibrated my light to be able to show you how quick and easy this is, so make sure you review our other videos to learn how to calibrate the light properly. As we've already covered, one of the most rewarding features of the FlashCure UV adhesive is the way it impacts retention. If you find the need to remove a lash extension or fan throughout and after your application, then we recommend gently peel removing them from the natural lash. If a lash extension or fan you place isn't positioned well, whether too close or far from the lid, leaning left, right, or it has a hanging base, don't worry. If you're not happy with it, stop, adjust, or simply remove that extension before continuing, because every time you flash to cure an extension, you are reinforcing and further curing neighboring extensions that have been exposed to the UV light, creating an extremely strong attachment. And just in case you need to remove a full set of extensions, rest assured, our adhesive remover will work. What if you notice that your adhesive is thickening or not attaching properly anymore in your application? Well, we've always recommended that you change your adhesive drop every 15 minutes for optimal performance, which will certainly help. Feedback from stylists has let us know that sometimes the adhesive may continue to function well even after the 15-minute mark. If this is the case, then you can continue to use the adhesive longer than 15 minutes. This applies to all of our adhesives. For the FlashCure adhesive, it can remain usable in adhesive wells anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half. There are so many factors that affect adhesive thickening in wells, such as your environmental humidity, temperature, and lighting conditions. Due to this, there is no magic recipe we can scientifically provide stylists across the globe on the upper limits of adhesive usability in wells, which is why we created the 15-minute rule to start with, because we can stand behind that universally. That said, how do you know if your adhesive is starting to thicken in a well? The adhesive may start to take longer than a couple of seconds to attach, or maybe it appears stringy when coating. And it could even begin to look clumpy or bulky on the lash line. If this happens, you do not need to change the adhesive drop immediately. Take a moment to diagnose and assess your temperature, humidity, and environmental lighting, or adjust your coating technique. In terms of temperature and humidity for the FlashCure adhesive, the ideal range for optimal adhesive performance during your lash application is 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit and 45 to 60% humidity. Within this range, adhesive performance is optimized and adverse reactions are minimized. That said, your adhesive can still continue to be effective outside of these temperature and humidity ranges. Depending on your environment, you may want to reduce humidity to slow down adhesive thickening or increase humidity to speed it up. For your environmental lighting, remember that the Lashista LED light does not emit UV light, and you can safely use any color temperature setting that is not bright white or blue without impacting cure speed. Avoid CFL, halogen, and fluorescent lights as they emit UV. Replace these with LED bulbs that do not emit UV rays. And finally, avoid direct sunlight. If you've already checked temperature, humidity, and environmental lighting, and all are within spec, then you can try to extend the usability of the adhesive drop by coating more slowly to pick up less adhesive. Coat more quickly to pick up more adhesive. If all of these guidelines fail to resolve your adhesive thickening in a well, then simply replace the adhesive drop.
When dispensing a fresh adhesive drop on a square well adhesive tray, take a multi-purpose wipe or lint-free applicator and use it to absorb the adhesive left in the well you have just finished using. Dispense a new drop of adhesive in an adjacent well. This step will reduce your exposure as well as your client's exposure to unnecessary adhesive odor and fumes, and will minimize chemical reactions that occur from older adhesive drops interacting with the newer adhesive drop, which will improve adhesive performance and allow you to continue to use the fresh adhesive drop longer before it gets thicker and/or stops performing. Please note, for optimal adhesive performance and to minimize exposure to odor and fumes, never dispense adhesive into more than one adhesive well at a time.
You can also use these tips if you need to troubleshoot adhesive that is not performing to your expectations under the 15-minute mark. These guidelines apply to all of our adhesives, but remember, only our UV adhesive is affected by lighting. And finally, we've developed some excellent kits you can invest in to start using this system. If you're starting new with this system, I recommend the FlashCure UV Lash Extension Essentials Kit, since it has adhesive, patches, rings, trays, the FlashCure UV Lash Extension Light, and eyelash primer. But when you want to restock your supplies, I recommend the FlashCure UV Lash Extension Cleanse, Prime, and Prep Restock Kit, along with the Adhesive and Lash Primer Kit. Between the two, you'll have everything you need for continued lash applications, with the exception of lash extensions. You can keep purchasing the Restock Kit, along with the Adhesive and Primer Kit, to always stay replenished. We want to remind you to use the complete Xtreme Lashes Lash Extension Application Process and Procedure developed by registered nurse Joe Muselli, including pre-application consultations and ending with post-application client aftercare consultations. Remember, you can find all our client forms online for free, and you can even purchase business cards with QR codes that will lead your clients to our online aftercare guide. Whether you're new to Xtreme Lashes or looking for a refresher, take a look at our Remote Live Online Classic Lash Extension Career Builder Package and Remote Live Online Advanced Omnivolume Lash Extension Career Builder Package. We have a handy page you can visit where you can learn more about each training and which may be right for you. And remember to take advantage of our free loyalty programs and discounts that can bring the price down by up to 30% for pro supplies and even more for aftercare, cosmetic, and treatment products that can be retailed to clients. Thanks so much for watching this series, and we can't wait to see the beautiful designer lashes at last that you create.